Hi there everyone, this is Solo Player and thank you so much for your time in having a look at my channel. Today we're going to have a brief look at the MISC Odyssey. Now before you go and type some hate in the comments below, let's just firstly get it off my chest that I think that this is an amazing ship. I think it has so much to offer, and if I could afford it I would definitely get myself one. But I was reading all of the forums, I was reading Spectrum on Discord and on Reddit, and I thought I would want to do a video on why not to get an Odyssey, because everyone is going to rave about how awesome the ship is, but as every ship, there will be some negative sides to it as well. So let's just take a quick look at what are some negatives to look out for before purchasing the ship. Well, firstly, this is a MISC ship. For those of you that have flown MISC ships before, I'm sure you're well aware that the cockpit view is terrible. And for an explorer, I'm not so sure if this type of view is the view that you would want to have whilst exploring. There are so many better cockpit views, and if you compare it to the Carrack has an amazing cockpit view that you could just look all over. So with this in mind, I'm not so sure it would be that fun to fly, is what everyone would expect. Then there is the viewpoint that there are just too many great things about the ship. It can mine, it can refine the ore to have fuel, it's an exploration ship, it can carry other small ships and vehicles, it's got cargo space, it just has so much to offer. And I can recall CIG mentioning that we're not going to have a ship that will have the best of everything, the one ship that can do everything well. So there has to be some type of drawback. So is this a jack of all trades, master of none type of scenario? Will we get to a place where it can do a lot of things, but it can't really do much at all? So that leads us into the next point. Maybe the ship has a little bit of an identity crisis. Even though it's mentioned as an exploration ship, there aren't many exploration features, as people have pointed out. The Carrack has got many features to scan out and to help with waypoints and to identify certain signatures, but nothing in the material is really mentioned about the exploration aspects of this ship. So what is the purpose of the ship then, if you think about it? You go out and you fly, and to do what? You're going to mine a bit of ore for fuel, and you're going to fly in space and have a hangar where you can take out your small ship. And what exactly? If you're not going to scan on any points and you're not really going to do the exploration game loop, what are you going to do then? Others have pointed out that this is a mining or a refining type of ship, but it only has a mining capability as far as we can read to create fuel, not necessarily to be able to refine ore and sell it off to other ships or to fuel other ships. It's more to be self-sufficient. So what is its purpose really? Is it just to travel far into the distant worlds? This isn't very clear at the moment. On this next point, just indulge me a little bit. Think about this logistically. You're out in the far reaches of space and you can see that you're starting to run low on fuel. This means that you need to go and find an asteroid field or belt, and then you have to go and mine the ore so that you can refuel. So firstly, you have to logistically go and find a place to mine and make sure that you're mining the right type of asteroids. And then you have to physically maneuver your very big ship. So just imagine how tough it's going to be to maneuver this potentially capital size. I know they mentioned that it's large, but it's almost a capital size, it seems, ship that you have to maneuver around to find the right type of asteroids, and then you have to go and mine it. Now, for those of you that have done some mining, it can take quite a bit of effort. And it seems that the mining beam is not going to be as strong as it all might think. It looks like it's going to be the same type of mining laser that we use in the mall. So it won't be able to crack open any type of asteroid as well. So you also have to look at the size of the asteroid. I mean, this is not an Orion. It's not going to eat up a whole asteroid by itself. You'll have to be very selective on what you're going to choose. So how long will it take you to find the specific type of asteroids, then go and look for it, position yourself, mine it, and then you probably have to get your crew to go and refine it to make your fuel. I can just imagine that's going to take quite a while to do, and it can get quite frustrating for a lot of people, especially those that might not necessarily enjoy the mining loop. So this is definitely something that you need to consider. If you enjoy mining and you don't mind spending the time to refuel, then this will be great. Another point that is very similar to this is that you have to consider the size of the ship. It's not going to be able to land everywhere, such as the Carrack, for instance. It's going to need a larger landing pad. So if you are frustrated to mine to get your fuel, the other option is to go and land to refuel at a station. But this is now going to limit the amount of stations or even outposts that you can go to refuel. So then your only other option will probably be to get a starfarer to come and refuel you in mid-space. But once again, this is a ship that is meant to go out into the far reaches of space. So how many starfarers will there be when you're far out? And how long will it take them to get there if you really need help to refuel? Other than those points currently, I think that this is an amazing ship, and I think it has so much potential, and hopefully CIG will flesh it out nicely, that it will be very different to what the Carrack is, and that we don't have this saying where all Carrack owners are going to melt their ship for the Odyssey, and that there will actually be two very distinct type of ships for two very different types of play styles. So please let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that these points are valid? Do you think of any other points that we need to consider when purchasing the Odyssey? Thank you so much, and I'll see you around next time.